What's going on, everyone? So we are in Kingsville, Texas today, and we're going to take a quick trip to Lowe's to kind of continue the series on things that might be helpful if you're going to be RVing. So last time we went to Home Depot and I pointed out just a few things. This time we're going to make a quick trip to Lowe's, show you some things that I suggest you consider carrying with you if you plan on RVing. There's so many little things that can really help in a pinch, in a bind, whenever you're trying to figure out how you can fix this or work on that. So we're going to stop in Lowe's real quick and show you some really great things that might be able to help you out. So today we're at Lowe's looking at RV accessories that you might want to pick up from here as well. So we are in the insulation aisle, and there are several things you might want from here. First one, expandable foam. This stuff comes in handy all over the place. It can definitely be used to seal up different gaps that you may have in the body of your RV, maybe from the ground or even where wires go through. Just a really, really useful product to have and comes in very handy. Right next to the foam sealant is this Reflectix. Now this is awesome. If you have a travel trailer, fifth wheel, and you just don't have a lot of insulation and the windows let in a lot of heat, which most of them do, you can put this on the inside of your window and it will block a significant amount of radiant heat that comes through your window. Coupling this product with using your air conditioning, you can probably have a very comfortable RV even if it's very hot outside. Just feel your windows when it's hot outside with the sun beaming on them and you'll see how hot they get, and you can definitely see how having a product like this will benefit you. This is Reflectix, and it's actually a pretty affordable product. You can generally get a pretty large roll. Like this one's 48 inches, 4 feet by 20 feet long for $43.25. And that's going to be enough to do pretty much every window in your RV. Or you can opt for a smaller roll like this, which is 16 inches by 25 feet for just over $16. Next would be a comprehensive selection of bits, 10 bucks. Nice kit includes several Phillips heads, several flat connectors, as well as different types of adapters that'll work well with the different screw heads you have that assemble RVs, as well as if you're going to be adding anything. In the electrical aisle, zip ties kind of speak for themselves. These things are absolutely amazing. They come in very handy and you can use them all over the place in an RV. I usually recommend getting a relatively long one. That way you don't have to carry such an assortment. You have a long size that'll fit pretty much any need and you can always cut it down when you're done. Electrical tape is also a big one. I only prefer Scotch brand. I've used all the other brands. I don't really care for them, but the 700 series is great for a general purpose electrical tape. You can get a big sleeve of it for right under 10 bucks. In the same section, crimps and electrical connections. Basically all the different types of connections you might need to repair, maybe rusted out connections or to splice wiring together. These come in very handy in a pinch. One of my favorite tools is this type of Crimper Cutter. These things come in really handy. The brand I prefer is made by a company called Klein, but if you want to save a few bucks, you can get this one. This is still a $30 tool, but it's a lifetime tool. When you get one of these, it'll probably become your favorite electrical tool, and it should last forever as long as you take care of it. You can also use those to strip wires, but if you feel more comfortable, get a dedicated wire stripper. These come in handy all over the place and they work really well, and they'll definitely provide you a lot of use around an RV. $10 for this tool and $29 for this tool. Now, a great place to stock up on some stuff is going to be in the plumbing section. One of the number one failure points on an RV is the plumbing. Being able to fix the plumbing yourself can definitely fix a nightmare if it happens. So first of all, you're going to need a clamping tool. They're kind of pricey, about $63, plus you're going to need the clamps. And the clamps are essentially these little rings that have a compression point right here. You squeeze and it clamps down around the PEX connections. You're going to have all sorts of different fittings here as well that you can use. So carrying a couple extra fittings, a couple extra couplers, things like that can really come in handy. And it doesn't hurt to have some PEX pipe as well, just in the event that you need it to do a repair. Having a torque wrench on hand also can come in very handy in all sorts of different applications. Of course, the manual version is generally going to be the least expensive. Then you can get a digital version, but it's significantly more. I would generally say that you should start with a 3/8 or a 1/2 inch torque wrench if you're going to get one. It's probably pretty obvious, but a good set of gloves would come in really handy as well. And then finally, having a good, high-quality, bright headlamp will definitely help you, especially if you're working in deep, dark areas in your RV or at night. So recommend getting one that's usually around 300 lumens. That'll really brighten up an area at night. So I know many of the things that I showed you are going to be items that, you know, if you're getting into RVing, you're probably going to want to consider. For those of you who've been doing it for a long time, I'm sure you already are stocked up with your own solution for many of the problems people run into. And again, this video is really just to help many of those people who are just looking for ideas and suggestions on how to deal with certain aspects of RVing, whether it's, you know, keeping the heat out, whether it's trying to plug a hole, you know, all sorts of different things that you might run into. So I hope it helped. If it did, please take a moment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you again soon.